win?
Hi, I'm Holden Willen with the Killeen Daily Herald. I'm about to interview Steve Harris, a candidate for the Killeen City Council. For more coverage of the city election, please visit the Center for Politics at kdhnews.com. So, Mr. Harris, why are you running for city council?
I'm running for city council because one, when I was on the council before, I came on to help try to get the city to go in the right direction because I saw some things going on in the city that I didn't think were right, and so I decided at that point in time I decided to get on to try to just help the citizens as well as help myself, of course, because I am still a citizen. And now I'm coming back on because I was planning on taking 2 years off, but when I saw what was happening in the city, when I saw the things that were going on, then I decided to cut that short and come back a year early to help get the city going back in that right direction again, because it's been going in a direction that hasn't been as positive as I would have liked it to have gone or see it go. And so right now what I'm doing is I'm getting back on the council to help it go in that right direction, even the direction that the citizens are asking for it to go, to become more transparent, to become more honest, to become more fair, and just become a city government and not just a government for the city, but a government for the people.
What do you think are the top 3 issues affecting the city, and what are your solutions for those problems?
Top 3 issues right now. Of course, one, if I speak internally in regards to city government, I will say transparency and honesty. Transparency and honesty in the city government. That's one thing that's very important to me right now. And I can't say just that all the council members and all the staff members are dishonest or anything like that, because we have some that are honest. But at the same time, I know there are some that are, and that's even from my prior experience from being on there. I know that there are some people on there on the staff. I know that there are some people on the council, and I dare say it, but it's the truth. But I'll say on the council that are, if you want to say, in line with a certain group of people that is keeping the city going in a direction that is not positive for the city's overall growth and production. And so that's one thing. That's one thing I want to help take care of. The second thing I believe is, I'll just say safety. Okay, because we've been having some crimes going on, and it's been increasing, little by little. Well, last year actually it went off the chart last year. This year we're a little bit less, but we're still having more stuff happen than what we should be happening. So trying to get in and trying to figure out what's going on, I guess do some more research or whatever needs to be done. Just get with the police chief and law enforcement, different areas, and just figure out what can we better do to combat our increase in different types of crimes and so forth. And the third thing to me is citizen trust. And when I say that, using the tax dollars correctly. Using the tax dollars correctly, not just always putting the burden on the citizen. Because right now, a lot of the things that are coming up, and I do believe the city needs money. Because when I was on there, like I said, they told us we had plenty of money, then all of a sudden we come back and we find out during the summertime that there's a potential hiring freeze, and they're saying there's not, and there's saying there is, but when you look at the spending, when I try to go back and remember what I had experienced on there and the questions I asked, it appears to be that there is more than likely something going on with the finances to where they are right now. But spending the taxpayers' dollars, like I said, correctly, and not putting the burden on the taxpayer, and even myself, like I said, I'm a taxpayer, so I'm thinking about myself as well, but not putting on the taxpayer to a degree where we pay for everything. Because there are other ways to pay for some things, like as far as the water and sewage, the roads and so forth. And one of those things I believe is impact fees, in which the members of the council and members of the city staff vehemently just fought against. But otherwise, those 3 things, transparency, honesty of the city government, safety of the community, and of course, proper use of tax dollars and the bringing in of tax revenue.
And then you alluded to this, but transparency has been an issue with the city. What do you think about open government, and what will you do as a council member to ensure that residents and citizens have access to records?
My slogan is restructuring from the inside out, and that's what I believe needs to be done. Because even as other council members have great ideas about things they want to do, it won't happen until there's some restructuring. And that's the sad part. There has to be some restructuring. So I won't say any names, I won't say any positions right now or anything like that, but there has to be some restructuring because we've had instances where people have lied to us. We've had some instances where people have refused to give us information or held back information from us. So with that right there, the transparency portion, what I plan on doing is, like I said, trying to be an active, if it's a word, restructurer. I don't know if that's a word or not, but trying to help restructure the makeup of the city staff in a way that we can do it. That city employees won't be afraid to tell the truth when they're asked questions by the council. They that different city employees or even executive directors won't continue to have to look at a city manager to get the go-ahead before they say something. So in other words, we just have to be I'll try to work on getting to a point where everybody is free to express themselves honestly. And if that means, like I said, the restructuring portion and some people losing their job, then that's what's going to have to happen, because in order to have a good city government and good city staff as well, you have to have people who are confident and are confident about being able to do their work without repercussions. And like I always tell people, you have to ask the right questions as well. And so that's one thing I would say to the citizens: ask the right questions and insist on those answers. And when you insist on those answers, if they don't give it to you, then of course hold people accountable. Let them know, hold your council members accountable, hold the city staff accountable, and that's the only way that as city council members and even as city staff, that for some, they will answer you when you let them know that we are able to hold you accountable. So I will continue to encourage citizens to hold their council members accountable. And if they don't do right, vote them out. And like I told people the first time, if I do good, vote me back in. If I don't, vote me out. Because I'm not planning on being I'm not a politician per se. I'm not a career politician, anything like that. I'm just me. I'm a citizen, a concerned citizen, a citizen that wants to help, and that's what I'm here to do. And transparency, that is part of it.
And that's all.